Hello, my little rainbow adventurers. It's Care Farm Kate here, and I'm so excited to welcome you to another magical little whisper tale. Do you remember our friend Brodie, the big fluffy bull with a heart of gold? Well, today he's about to make a very special new friend. Are you ready to join him? Remember, if you want to hear more stories about Brodie and the animals at Amitola, ask a grown-up to help you subscribe and press the bell icon. The animals would love to share more adventures with you. For now, get cozy. Grab your favorite softie or blanket, and let's begin our journey together. Once upon a time, nestled amongst rolling green hills and bathed in starlight, there was a magical sanctuary called Amitola Care Farm. This wasn't just any ordinary farm. It was a haven of love and kindness for both animals and humans who needed a place to heal their hearts. Among the residents of this wonderful place was a very special bull named Brodie. In the days after meeting Wise Willow, Brodie practiced being gentle and kind every day. He learned to move slowly around the smaller animals and to use his little voice when saying hello. With each passing day, Brodie felt more confident and happy. One bright and sunny morning, Brodie went for his usual walk around the farm. The sky was a brilliant blue, and the birds sang cheerful songs. As he meandered around the sparkling lake, he stopped to say hello to Wise Willow, whose leaves rustled gently in the breeze. Suddenly, Brodie heard a soft, whimpering sound. His ears perked up, and he looked around curiously. Who could that be? He wondered. Following the sound, Brodie walked carefully through the tall grass until he saw a miniature horse with beautiful dark brown patches. The little horse was pressed against the fence by a large hay bale and looked very frightened. This little horse was called Tini Tonto, whose eyes widened in fear as he saw the large bull approach. "Please don't hurt me," he whimpered, his voice trembling. Brodie stopped in his tracks, his big heart filling with kindness for the frightened little horse. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said softly, his voice gentle. "I'm here to help." With careful strength, Brodie lowered his head and nudged the heavy hay bale with his strong horns. He pushed with all his might, his muscles straining until the hay bale rolled back onto the wagon, freeing Tiny Tonto. Tiny Tonto took a deep breath, his eyes still wide with relief. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice shaky but grateful. "I was so scared." Brodie nuzzled him gently, his big, kind eyes sparkling with warmth. "I'll always help you if you need me," he said, meaning every word. Tiny Tonto looked up at Brodie, his fear melting away. "You're my hero, Brodie," he said, with a small, shy smile. Brodie felt a warm glow in his chest. "And you're my friend," he replied. "Now, my little adventurers, can you think of a time when you helped someone who was scared? How did it make you feel? Remember, being kind and brave can make a big difference." The next day, as the sun peeked over the hills, Brodie spotted Tiny Tonto trotting towards him. The little horse's mane sparkled in the morning light, and his eyes twinkled with excitement. "Good morning, Brodie," Tiny Tonto called out, his voice full of joy. "I was wondering if you'd like to explore the farm with me today." Brodie's heart did a little flip. A friend wanted to spend time with him, but then a familiar worry crept in. He looked down at his big hooves and remembered how the other animals had run away from him before. I don't know, Tiny Tonto," Brodie said softly, his voice tinged with uncertainty. "What if the other animals are scared of me?" Tiny Tonto tilted his head and looked at Brodie with kind eyes. "You know, Brodie, I used to worry about that too. Being so small, I thought no one would notice me or want to be my friend." Brodie's eyes widened in surprise. "Really? But you're so friendly and cute." Tiny Tonto nodded. "Care Farm Kate taught me something important. She said it's not about how big or small we are on the outside. It's about how big our hearts are on the inside." Brodie thought about this for a moment. But what if the others don't see that? Tiny Tonto gently nuzzled Brodie's side. "Then we'll show them together. True friends see the real you, Brodie, and I see a kind, brave bull who saved me yesterday. Will you be my adventure buddy?" Brodie felt a warm glow in his chest. He took a deep breath and smiled. "Okay, Tiny Tonto, let's go on an adventure." As they set off together, Brodie realized that sometimes the bravest thing we can do is open our hearts to a new friend. Now, my little adventurers, Can you think of a time when you made a new friend? How did it make you feel? Remember, every friendship starts with a single act of kindness. As they walked side by side, Tini Tonto's ears perked up. Hey Brodie, did you know that horses have a special way of connecting with others? We can hear heartbeats from far away. Brodie's eyes widened with wonder. Wow, really? That's amazing, he shared, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. Tini Tonto nodded. Yup, it's like a secret superpower. We can feel the rhythm of a heartbeat and understand how someone is feeling. Now, my little adventurers, can you place your hand on your heart? Can you feel the thump, 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 thump? Imagine if you could hear your friend's heartbeat. How magical would that be? Tini Tonto looked thoughtful. When you said you didn't care if you had friends, I could tell you didn't mean it, Brodie. I could feel your heartbeat, and it told me you were lonely. Brodie smiled, feeling understood for the first time. Thank you, Tini Tonto. I didn't know anyone could tell how I was feeling. Tini Tonto smiled. That's the magic of friendship, Brodie. We can always understand each other, even without words. Now, my little adventurers, can you think of a time when you felt connected to someone without saying a word? Maybe it was a hug from a friend or a smile from a family member. Those moments are special, aren't they? As the sun began to set, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink, Brodie and Tiny Tonto found a cozy spot under a big old oak tree. They sat close, feeling safe and happy. You know, Brodie, Tiny Tonto began, his voice soft and a little shy. Before I met you, I sometimes felt invisible because I'm so small. It was like nobody could see me. Brodie's eyes widened. Really? But you're so special and fun. Tiny Tonto nodded, a small smile appearing on his face. Care Farm Kate helped me feel better. Now, when the other animals play, she lets me explore the farm. It's like my own little adventure. Brodie's tail swished thoughtfully. "I know how you feel," he said. "I felt different too, like I didn't fit in. I even missed my mom." His voice got a little quieter. "But Wise Willow taught me something amazing. Want to know what it is?" Tiny Tonto nodded, his ears perked up with curiosity. "She showed me how to be kind to myself," Brodie continued. "When I look at my reflection in the water, I remember that I matter just the way I am." Tiny Tonto nuzzled Brodie. "And now we have each other," he said. "I'm so glad we're friends." Brodie felt a warm, happy feeling spread through his whole body. "Me too," he said, smiling big. "Having a friend like you makes everything better." Now, my little adventurers, can you think of a time when a friend made you feel better? Maybe you can give your friend a big hug next time you see them. And so, as the stars twinkled like tiny diamonds in the night sky, Brodie and Tiny Tonto felt a warm, happy glow in their hearts, knowing they'd found a true friend in each other. "Brodie," Tiny Tonto whispered, looking up at the shimmering stars, "I'm so glad we met. Even though we're different, we have so much in common." Brodie nodded, his eyes sparkling with joy. "Me too, Tiny Tonto. You've shown me that true friendship is about what's inside our hearts." They both smiled, feeling a deep sense of connection and understanding. The gentle night breeze rustled the leaves, and the sounds of the farm grew quiet as the animals settled down to sleep. Now, my little adventurers, can you think of a friend who makes you feel happy and loved? Maybe you can tell them how special they are to you. Until our next adventure, know that you are strong and kind and worthy of love. Thank you for joining us on this magical journey with Brodie and Tiny Tonto. Sweet dreams, my little ones. And don't forget to subscribe and press the bell so you get notified of the animals' next adventures. With love from my heart to yours. Until next time, and so it is.